Some people recovering from COVID-19 still feeling the effects weeks and in some cases months after they tested positive. A new study says that more patients are experiencing long hauler symptoms than we originally thought. Here's what some of those patients told NBC News.
I've had a fever almost every day since March 25th.
I got so bad where I had to go to the emergency room. The chest pains just came out of nowhere. They were very severe. When I went down the stairs, by the time I got to the bottom of my stairs, I could not breathe.
I've had a lot of neurological symptoms, tremors, essential tremors, a really pervasive memory loss / brain fog. I've had kind of dysexecutive functioning, general cognitive dysfunction. It's been really hard to find words for things and sometimes understand what other people are saying.
Another night of insomnia, which is one thing that has changed since COVID. I had insomnia before COVID, but it seems to have gone up another level.
I have to get on a nebulizer machine every single day, like a severe chronic asthma or COPD patient. And I'm actually on COPD medication. I tested positive for 2.5 months straight and do not have antibodies. I'm on steroids to further notice. I've never had issues before. I went back to work about 2 weeks ago. I'm only strong enough to do 4 hours. My purse is full of medication. I can't go nowhere with medication, inhalers, steroids, everywhere now. Everywhere. I have stuff in my car, in my purse, on my desk at work. Everywhere that I frequent, I have a thing full of medication. Because I have to make sure if for some reason I get shortness of breath and can't breathe, that I won't collapse on anybody. Well, that's my new normal. I'm 38. I'm healthy. Never, ever, ever. Barely caught a cold.
Today I feel like hot garbage. Really tired, but also headache, dizzy. Fever is 100.8. Stomach ache today. I had a bout of diarrhea for no reason. It's 2 days until my birthday, and I've been sick for 112 days, which is like 3.5 months.
I don't think the severity of what long COVID is anywhere near understood, but it is a significant and pervasive problem. This is not just like you curl up with Netflix and, hang out for a couple of weeks. This is just like extremely painful. It changes your sense of self. It changes your relationship to other people. It transforms your life. It is a disability. It is, physically and emotionally traumatic.
We call the COVID long haulers. And to my other long haulers out there, I love you. I'm praying for all of you. You're not alone, because we feel alone because we don't have no one to understand. People look at me. I look normal, but I'm not. I'm not okay.
NBC News medical reporter ERIKA Edwards joins me now. And ERIKA, you just want to cry for all of those so-called long haulers, all that they're dealing with. Nearly 100 symptoms could fall into that long hauler category. What are people most commonly dealing with here?
Yeah, so you're talking about a survey that included more than 1,500 of these so-called long haulers. They're patients who'd had symptoms for weeks and months on end after their diagnosis. They did the survey that they did was in a support group on Facebook. The most common symptoms weren't really all that surprising. They're ones that you and I have talked about before on the show, Allison. They included headache, thinking and memory issues, fatigue, fevers and cough. However, the survey revealed dozens more symptoms, actually 98 symptoms in all. They included vision problems, sleep disturbances, dizziness, joint pain, even heartburn. Now, it's not clear whether all of these symptoms were directly related to their COVID-19 infection. Some people were saying that they had anxiety or sadness. And of course, that's what a lot of people are feeling during pandemic and lockdown. So, regardless, these patients are insisting that these symptoms occurred after their COVID-19 diagnosis that popped up. And so, still doctors really aren't sure what symptoms are related to the infection, but overall they are feeling a lot of different things. And it's, time that we are, paying attention to these symptoms. Allison.
ERIKA, does the CDC recognize all of these long-lasting symptoms, or are some of them not really on their official list, if you will, just yet?
Yeah, right now, no. Actually, the CDC only lists 11 symptoms that could be associated with COVID-19. However, last week, the CDC finally did acknowledge these folks in a report finding that at least a third of the COVID-19 patients in their study had long-lasting symptoms that could linger for at least 2 to 3 weeks after their diagnosis. And other renowned medical institutions, physicians are also recognizing this group of people. In fact, today, Anthony Fauci on the MSNBC said, he addressed the long haulers, saying that we're starting to see that they do not recover as completely and as quickly as you would like. How long does it take you to get back to normal, he asked. That's an open question. We're only 6 months into the outbreak. Allison.
ERIKA, I have to ask, because we're curious about the name. Where did the term long hauler come from?
Yeah, isn't that funny? So it comes from a woman named Amy Watson. She lives in Portland, Oregon. She created a COVID-19 patient support group called Long Haul COVID Fighters. The name, she said, was inspired by the hat she threw on the day she went in for her COVID-19 test back in April. And she told me today, she said, I hadn't washed my hair in like 3 days. It was gross. I just threw the hat on. The group is named after actually her trucker hat that you just saw right there. And the nickname stuck. And now it's used by many doctors and organizations who identify with the long haulers. And I talked to her today and I said, I asked her about all these other people who are using that term. And I said, gosh, you should really trademark this, Amy. And she said, you know what? She doesn't want to make any profit off of this name. She's just happy the word is getting out about these people who are experiencing these long-term symptoms and are finally getting the attention that they deserve. Allison.
Oh, come on, Amy. Trademark it, put it on a trucker hat, and donate the money to charity. I think it's fantastic. I know it's a nickname that nobody wants, but it is certainly creative and something to smile about hearing how it started.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Thanks, ERIKA.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here. And click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.